everybody, welcome in and welcome back to another 3D printing video. Today we are going to be 3D printing probably the most iconic instrument from the Pokemon franchise, the Poké Flute. I mean, when you think of instruments, the Poké Flute is probably right up there with the Ocarina. Speaking of, if you haven't already, please check out my Ocarina video. I put a lot of work into it and I'm really proud of it, and these are the types of videos that I really enjoy making and I want to make a lot more of. So, if you enjoy 3D printed instruments, if you enjoy video games, if you enjoy music, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe and that notification bell so that you're notified whenever I post, whenever I post. Now, you may notice that the 3D printer behind me here, as we named in the last video, Printy McPrintface, is already missing the black. That is because I have recorded these out of order. Don't at me. You may also notice a new flag in the background. If you know, you know. And if you don't know, shame on you. Shame. So, can you 3D print a fully playable Poké Flute? Let's find out.
All right, so here's our Poké Flute in Bamboo Studio. I went through and assigned all the colors. There's the filaments right there. You can see the red is actually not Bamboo PLA. I don't care. It's what I had. I changed the infill to gyroid to hopefully get a little bit of a quicker print, because this is going to be a 12-hour print, so I'm trying to save any time that I can. I am aware that the color changing is not helping, but it's gonna be cool. I've also turned on this setting just to give us some cleaner seams, because I think around where the colors actually meet, I think it's gonna get a little bit weird. What this setting does is it's going to actually take part of this wall that's around the outside and make sure that it's like seamed directly up and actually go slightly inside of the infill. There's spots right here, like right along there and stuff, where I think that kind of meeting where it goes from like yellow to red, where we have a lot of like white and black here, I don't think these are gonna look amazing. So by turning on the embedding, hopefully that makes it a little bit better. And I am printing with supports because it gets a little weird towards the top, right up here for kind of this under part. I don't know flute terminology, so I don't know what that hole is, but it's like the whistly part that we all need support, that needed support. Also, again, just in terms of trying to save myself as much time on this print as possible, we are only supporting the critical regions, which is why we do not have every single hole filled with support. And here's the slicing stats for all you nerds. You can see that we are looking at a 12-hour print. There's going to be a good amount of filament changes. I'm not a huge fan of how much I'm just flushing down the drain. Thus is the pain of 3D printing. But this is going to be our Poké Flute. It's going to go into 4 different sections here, and hopefully it should work. Let's get printing. Fingers crossed. Let's print. So here's our filament that we're using. We have Bamboo Black, a generic PLA red, don't at me, Bamboo Yellow, or Bamboo White and Bamboo Yellow. This is a low spool of black, and I need it gone. So hopefully this gets it gone. We're just starting to print here. We're gonna have quite a long ways to go. Shout out to Dandy for showing me that my printer had the Hershey squirts.
It's constipated.
I think it's okay now. It's fine. It's fine. It's all fine. I forgot to record, don't worry about it. Alright, so I just woke up, so forgive the grogginess, but damn, bro, look at that. Holy shit. Yo. That's hot. Alright, let's ooh. I'll just pop right off. Bro, it looks like a Pokeball. Damn. Hell yeah. Looks a lot better than I thought it would. Little seam there. Still looks real nice. But otherwise not terrible. I like the nice low layer height. Here is our Poké Flute. Looks great. Let's put it together and see if it works. Here we
we go, man. Look at that. It looks like a recorder. I just have to remember how to play the recorder now. How do you play hot cross buns? It doesn't sound the greatest. It kind of doesn't sound amazing. Let's see if we can get anything out of this. Ooh, we have a note. We have a note. I don't know what that is. I should get a tuner. C sharp. It's supposed to be in C. Hey, we're slightly sharp, but can you 3D print a fully playable Poké Flute? Yes, you can. All right, so here's going to be the second STL that I'm printing, just because I'm not super happy with the Poké Flute, if I'm being honest. And this is coming to us from a comment on the Ocarina of Time video. They wanted me to print a double flute, so I hope this is close enough. It's made by Pitch Black Cat. Here's the spiel. It looks interesting to me. It does require some glue, but that's okay. I have it. All right, so now I got our double flute in our slicing software, and I got all the colors assigned. I'll be printing a chunk of red. We're going to be printing some multicolor, some white in here, some of the red banding down there. Still some Pokemon motifs. It's going to look real nice. It shouldn't take 8 hours to print. It should print in, I think, like 5. There are some changes. We've enabled supports, and it was already put in manual tree supports, which is why it's kind of all split like this. So this is our first plate here. If we go under preview, we're going to be doing a couple smaller prints today, and not wasting nearly as much filament as we did last night. So good to me. You see the tips there? They're burnt. The nozzle looks fine. What the hell? Alright, well, luckily it was early. Alright, our first plate is done. The double flute looks nice. So this print just finished. Look at that. It's the bottom of the double flute. Oh! Oh! That's a good sign. It's removed itself from the support. I'm glad I was recording that. Oh my god. I've never had that happen before. So here's our double flute. I have to glue all of this together, because these are all still separate. Also, here's our Poké Flute. I have to glue that together as well, although this is a nicer friction fit. For the double flute, it did say to use rubber bands. That goes on there like that. There's a channel right here, and then there's another one on this side. It just covers that and kind of redirects everything into this hole, and then that allows it to whistle. So pretty cool. So these need to be glued together and rubber banded and put together. A little bit of assembly on this one, but that's fine. I guess let's assemble.
So can you 3D print a fully playable Poké Flute? Absolutely you can. Now, it may not always sound the best. I mean, I'm not gonna pull any punches. This does not sound good by any means. I mean, it kind of feels like playing a school recorder. It kind of sounds like a school recorder too. Now, I mean, this isn't a perfect replica of the Poké Flute, but I'd say it's pretty damn close. Look, it's got the Pokeball. What else could it be, right? What else could it be from? And I mean, if you're somebody with a Pokemon trainer cosplay, you want to have something quick on you, this is a great little prop to have, right? And the fact that it makes a funny little noise is even better. Now, mine is glued together. You don't have to glue yours together. This was actually a pretty tight friction fit. It could easily break down into a bag, something that you only pull out for photos. So I think this is actually great. I really like this design. I like the fact that it's actually playable. It's playable in somebody's hands, just not mine. Now, this double flute, I'm actually very pleased with. This comes from a suggestion in the comments, so if you have an instrument that you want me to try to make, please let me know in the comments below. I think one of the things that I really like about this flute is the way that it actually links together. In these sections where it meets up, there's actually a little bit of overlap, so that way it really connects here in the plastic and not necessarily close to the seams like it did on this flute. And so what you get is a flute that you don't need to put a lot of air into, and it gives you a lot of control. Now this one's in a tritone, so it might sound a little weird. You may not be a huge fan of it depending on which part of the world you're from, but I mean, I am barely blowing into this one, and I feel like I'm getting such a more consistent sound out of this than something like that Poké Flute, where more air can escape. And so again, I don't really know how to play this, but it sounds a lot more consistent than whatever that was. Now, talking about comments that I got on the Ocarina video, one of the things that was mentioned there was doing these prints in PET G, so that way maybe they were a little bit more resonant. And I think with a smaller print like the Ocarinas, that may have been applicable, but for a print like these Poké Flutes where they're nice and long, I think it mostly comes down to the air seal and quality that you have around that. This flute was a whole hell of a lot easier to play after everything was already glued up. And I tried to take the super glue and make like little seams, almost like a weld. I came back, I wet my finger, and I went around the edge. So you can't really tell, but there's actually some overspill. Even that little change made this one a little bit easier to play. Now again, I'm no flute player. Flutist? Flutier? Flouter. That's what they call themselves. But these are definitely playable in the right person's hands. And I think this, again, makes a great cosplay prop, and this makes a great actually playable and practical instrument. Again, if you have an instrument that you're interested in seeing me make, please let me know in the comments below. And if you watch this long, it means that you like this video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell, so that way you are notified whatever I post, whenever I post. I am really enjoying 3D printing all these instruments, so there's going to be a lot more videos coming out. I have a lot planned. If you want to hang out with me more, I stream 3 times a week over on Twitch, YouTube, and TikTok, and I have my own Discord server. Feel free to come in and join us. Thank you guys so much for all the support on the YouTube videos over the past couple of months. Passing 100 subs has been a huge milestone for me, and I'm really excited that I get to actually do what I'm enjoying. At the end of the day, I'm making these videos to have fun and to share this experience with all of you. And so I'm excited that I get to do that with all of you here. But before we can do all that, we have to end this one, hit all the buttons, do all the things. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!